Today, we're going to be investigating these two mystery beige box PCs. They're both AT, but I have no idea what could be inside each one. Let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and put the tower case aside for now and focus my attention on this little desktop AT case. It looks in really good condition. Let's turn it around. As we can see on the back, it's missing the power supply, but otherwise looks in pretty good shape. And what we have here is a patch cable, which could mean a 3DFX card. Let's investigate further by taking the lid off. And as we can see, it comes off pretty easy. Before we look at any of the expansion cards in this system, let's go ahead and look what CPU is installed. I'm just going to go ahead and use a little flathead screwdriver to pull down the retention arm and then lift it up. This looks like a really janky CPU cooler, but hopefully it hasn't fried the CPU. And I couldn't get it off at first, but then I realised maybe the other side was stuck. But no, it turns out there is a screw holding that cooler in place, so I had to go ahead and unscrew that. Upon doing that, we can see we have a Cyrix CPU, the lowest of the low for Socket 7 machines. This thing is slow. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, the expansion cards. First of all, it appears we have a little ESS sound card. This is super generic and is nothing special, but cool nonetheless. Next up, for our 2D card, we have what appears to be a generic S3 card. These were pretty mid-range at the time. They weren't terrible, but they weren't the best. But a solid card nonetheless. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. The Diamond Monster 3D. After unscrewing that little patch cable, it came out pretty easy. Wow, this is a great find. It appears to be in great condition too, which I'm really happy about since I can now do another computer build using this card. I'm not going to give away anything else though. It's got this little heatsink on it too, which I probably won't leave on there, but it's good to see nonetheless. I'm going to go ahead and pop that little heatsink off, yeah. It really doesn't match this card. And after giving it a bit of a clean, it appears in great condition. Well, I don't think anything else can really top that find in this PC, but let's go ahead and disassemble the rest of it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and take out these expansion card header things, because I am disassembling this whole PC. And after getting rid of a few more cables, we're now just left with the motherboard, which after getting all of these little plastic standoffs out, which was a bit of a challenge I must say, I was able to get it out. And yeah, there we go. I was really surprised with this computer. I mean, I got some amazing parts. Just look at that Diamond Monster 3D Voodoo 1 card. And that Socket 7 motherboard actually looks to be a pretty high-end one too, though I can't see a model. I'm betting it's a Gigabyte board. Anyway, now on to the next PC. This one is a tower case. It appears to be a mid-tower if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn it around and see what we have on the back. And I don't believe it. Another patch cable. Wow, yeah, there might just be another 3DFX card in this PC. I was not expecting this. I haven't checked these PCs over at all. I don't know. I haven't even looked at the back of them, but yeah, there's another patch cable. Wow. Anyway, let's go ahead and take the case off. I'm really hoping for a Voodoo 2 in this PC. And as my luck would have it, guess what? A Voodoo 2. Wow, this is a nice card. I'm really hoping for a 12 meg, so let's find out. Flipping it over, as we can see, a 12 meg card, yay. This card is going to be great for an upcoming build, and I'm really excited to get it done. Anyway, not everything in life can be 3DFX, so let's have a look at the other cards in this PC. It appears we have some random 2D card here that uses AGP. And would you look at that, on the chipset, it's got a little MOSFET heatsink on it. That's a first. Pretty funny, actually. And moving along to the next card, it appears we have a SCSI card. Yeah, these are always handy, so nice to see. And surely not, this can't be what I think it is. Surely this must just be some cheap sound card, right? With its cut PCB and all. And oh no, this is an Aureal Vortex 2. Wow, this is the first one I've ever owned. Oh my gosh. And we also have some rubbish modem card, but that's not important. And yeah, this is an Aureal Vortex 2, a card which I've never owned before. This is going to make a fun video. Yep, Turtle Beach. Perfect. And yeah, it appears we have a Super Socket 7 motherboard in this machine. I'm really hoping that's an AMD K6 under that CPU fan. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pull the board out. As you can see, with a bit of jiggling, it comes out pretty easy. And yeah, there we go. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and pop the heatsink off. And it came off pretty easy here. And AMD K6, no way. This is an awesome CPU. And it appears to be a 450 MHz one. Absolutely perfect. This is a really nice Super Socket 7 motherboard. It appears to be made by ATC and uses the VIA MVP3 chipset. Features AGP, PCI and ISA, and a whole host of onboard connectors. Nice! Well, that's about it for this video. We parted out 2 vintage PCs. Now, I just want to stress that this isn't what's going to be in every vintage PC you find. I got incredibly lucky here, and this is like a first for me. You'll definitely be seeing a lot of this hardware in future videos. And stick around to the next episode where we test out this hardware, because this video is already getting a bit long. Wow, this stuff is glorious. Anyway, that's about it from me, and I'll see you next time.